Every single time I cook in the kitchen, I am always looking at a new piece of equipment to get for the kitchen. The more I cook, the more I want something new to add to all the different types of recipes that I cook. Now, there's different levels to like kitchen equipment. There is a food processor. Then there is the Lamborghini of food processors that we have here. And our darling Yasmina is here again with us this week.
Hello.
And we get to use one of her amazing pieces. The Nutra Milk. Tell me what this machine does.
Okay, so basically the Nutra Milk is a machine that was created to actually make nut milk. So if you see here, this is the dispenser. So it's not this one, it's actually the second one. Once you do the milk, it has a dispenser that you open and you can drink the milk from a cup directly. So the Nutra Milk was created to make those nut milk, those amazing nut milk. But because the I can say the generator of the machine, the generator of it, it's too strong and people love the power of this machine. They've asked them to create another compartment, which is this one. So this one is the food processor.
Okay.
Exactly.
This looks like, you know, like this, like and then it would turn into like a person or something.
We should do the peanut butter recipe together. Then I will show you the other machine.
Awesome.
Because it's the same, but it's a different compartment. It's normally for milk, but I use it for peanut butter because it gives me the smoothest peanut butter that you will ever taste.
Oh, yum.
Exactly.
Yum, yum, yum. So what are we making today?
So today we're making hummus.
I've had hummus before, but I had no idea that it's made with any of these ingredients here. I had something totally different in mind.
But it's not hummus, it's hummus.
Hummus.
Okay, say hummus.
Hummus.
Okay, it doesn't work with you. I'm no longer teaching you
hard.
Arabic. I'm no longer teaching you Arabic. So hummus in English, it's actually chickpea. So you can say hummus for a chickpea and you can say hummus for a pounded chickpea. But hummus, I don't like to pound it like the eggplant recipe, the eggplant mutabbal. I actually like it super smooth. Like I taste it in Lebanese restaurants. So I do it in the Nutra Milk food processor.
Nice. So whenever we look at chickpea here in Zambia, the only type of chickpea I've seen is like this. It's cooked already and it's in a can.
Yeah.
But you're telling me you start from scratch. So please tell me the process.
Okay. So I start from scratch for so many reasons. First, to retain the nutrients that are in there, actually to activate the nutrients that are in there. And second, to remove the outer layer shell that you actually see in here. So chickpea, what I do, I actually get dried chickpea and I soak them. Why do I soak them? Because the shell that you see here that is actually very smooth and soft, it's not as smooth and soft as it is here. So in order for you to have a smoother shell, to be able to remove it, to have the creamy texture of hummus, you need to soak. So there are 3 reasons why you are soaking.
Okay.
You are soaking to activate the nutrient inside the chickpea to actually be able to absorb them better. You are soaking them to soften the hard shell, and you are soaking them to not have gas or stomach pain or abdominal pain after.
So tell me something. I have some beans in my kitchen and I'm just gonna bring it out here. So I have these beans.
These are dried beans.
These are dried beans. Are you telling me that in order for me to be able to digest them better, I need to also soak these?
Yes, all beans and legumes like lentils, chickpea or garbanzo beans, we call them, beans, lima beans, fava beans. You have to soak them before you cook them. Not only to soften their shell, but actually to not have this bloatiness. And I'm pretty sure you have experienced this.
Yes, gastritis is kind of like my companion sometimes.
Like yesterday I was having a lentil soup from a restaurant and the whole day I wasn't feeling comfortable. My stomach was bloated. You could feel like it's gonna explode at some instance. But you know why it is like this? Because at the outer shell there is a component, we call it a sugar. there is a sugar that is called oligosaccharide. And in fact, our body cannot digest that type of sugar that is called oligosaccharide. Why it cannot digest it? Because we produce enzyme to digest food in our gastric, in our intestine, even saliva in our mouth. But the oligosaccharide, we don't have any enzyme in any part of our body that can digest that sugar. So what happens? It goes and it stays in the intestine. But who's going to digest it in our intestine? Our good bacteria. They are our helper.
Yeah.
So when they are actually digesting that sugar, in fact, they are fermenting it. And when we ferment stuff like a sourdough or anything, when we ferment, what does it do? Gives you bubble, like gas. That's why you become gassy.
Okay. Because I used to just soak them because I wanted them to be faster to cook.
Exactly.
So now I'm learning that this is actually healthy.
But how do you soak them to cook faster? With baking soda.
Oh, so it's not bad to soak with baking soda?
It's not bad to soak with baking soda. It's bad to cook with baking soda. So soaking with baking soda, what does it do? Baking soda is like a leavening agent. So it raises the pH level inside the water. When it raises the pH level, it starts to degrade this outer shell and break down the sugar, the oligosaccharide, to be present in the water and not in the chickpea. Because another thing to know about that sugar, it is water soluble, so it loves water. So once you break it down, it goes with the water.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
I had no clue.
So we do not cook with baking soda, we soak with baking soda. So that sugar, oligosaccharide, if you soak the chickpea only for 12 hours, which is overnight, you remove 40% of the oligosaccharide. But if you actually soak it with water and baking soda, you remove almost 60% of that sugar, then you won't be gassy all day.
You learn something new every day. So if you have problems with gas, let's check what we're eating and what is in that food.
Exactly.
So now I'm excited to start.
So what did we do first? So we soaked the chickpea with water and baking soda overnight. The next day we have to wash them properly because we don't want the baking soda to stay there, because once we cook with baking soda, some of the nutrients are gone.
Yes.
So then we wash it several times and then we put it in a pressure cook and we only cook it for 30 to 40 minutes. It's gonna come out like this. So this one, it has the peel. So all what you have to do is peel the skin and then put it here.
Oh, wow.
Because if you can actually blend it with the peel, but the peel is hard to digest first. And second, it gives you a grainy texture. So if you want a smooth texture for the chickpea, you need to peel it off.
Okay.
You see?
That takes a lot of time, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Okay.
Exactly. So the recipe is very easy. Once you know the ingredient, all we have to do is put them in the food processor.
Okay.
So we put the machine. You could tell that I use it a lot.
Yeah, I can.
With the stains that are present there.
And that is from a good cook.
Yes.
If you're in the kitchen and you've got all your great machines in the kitchen and they don't look like they've been used, then
it means you're not cooking
you're just
with
showing them off.
Exactly. So I have been using this machine for I moved to Zambia in 3rd March 2020. I've had this machine a year before I moved. So almost 4 years I have been using this machine.
You only moved to Zambia in 2020?
Exactly.
I literally then got to be your friend just after you moved?
Almost 3 years. Can we celebrate our friendship?
Yes, we need to celebrate our friendship.
Okay, so what do we have here? We have 1 cup of boiled and peeled chickpea. So
great.
I love putting them like this. Just
like a chickpea bay.
Exactly. You need to put lemon.
1/3 cup?
Yes. Why you can't grind it without lemon? Because although it is smooth, if you don't put any liquid, it's going to be very difficult to grind it in the food processor. And we need olive oil in here.
Okay, some olive oil.
Yes.
I have the olive oil right here.
Exactly, just like a tablespoon. So I'm gonna drizzle. You know why I like the cuisine that we are actually doing here? Have you noticed we're using olive oil in everything? And olive oil is rich in omega-3. And omega-3 is directly connected to the brain. So not only you would be eating healthy, high fiber diet, but you will be actually eating for your brain. So these are the kind of food that we have to try to adopt in our lifestyle. And then we add 1 garlic.
Okay.
So 1 garlic, it means
about that much.
about that much.
You can see in the wood kitchen we gave her a lot of garlic, but it's okay.
They're too generous. The wood kitchen are too generous. Here we have labne. Say labne.
Lebanon. That was easy.
Okay, no. Labne.
Oh, okay. I said it wrong. Lebanon.
Ne.
Lebanon.
Labne.
Lebanon.
Okay, so what is labne? So you know we have yogurt. From yogurt, we make something called labne, which is a Lebanese cottage cheese. So this is a Lebanese cottage cheese. So what do? You get the yogurt, you put it in a bag and you start squeezing till all the water come out. And you squeeze it for like 2-3 days until no water in it, and then it becomes that cheese.
Okay.
So this is a spreadable cheese that you can eat with the Arabic bread with some za'atar. So in the recipe, we need this much labne, which is around 2 tablespoons. Why labne? Because it makes it smoother and it gives it this light color that we're looking for.
Yep, we can knock it there.
Put it there, okay. And then we add salt. So I'm gonna put it here. So like a teaspoon and not more than this. Or salt to taste. I always say salt to taste because it depends. Some people like more salt. My advice to you, don't put too much salt because of the blood pressure.
Yeah.
So you have to always know how much you're adding. And cumin. Exactly. So almost this recipe has also around a tablespoon of cumin, and also we'll be sharing the ingredients with you. So we put the cumin, and then that's it.
And our hero, is this for
This
decorating?
The paprika is for decorating.
Oh, great. So I'm gonna move over so that you can like work your machine, and I'm gonna put stuff away. It's always fun cooking with your friend in the kitchen. And let me tell you something, it's not everybody that you can cook with. So I love our vibe. Pretty cool.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna be turning it on. Ready?
Yes.
2 minutes. Can you press start? Give me the honor, please.
Nice! So it will actually go for 2 minutes. Nice.
Okay, I think that's enough. Okay. So, if you can see here, it's a bit grainy.
Yeah.
Why it's a bit grainy? Because either you can add a bit of salt because it's dry. Either you can add a bit of water, or you can add a bit of olive oil. It depends. Water can actually lessen the flavor of food. So if you want, we can add the oil.
We're gonna go with oil because we do not like food that has less flavor.
Exactly.
So tell me when to stop.
This much, and that's
Okay, that
and
was
what I'm
much.
gonna do, I'm gonna actually remove that part of Lebanon. Okay. And then blend it again.
All right. Doesn't make a lot of noise. I expected it to be like,
No, it doesn't. So mix, I'm gonna put it for 1 minute, and then we're gonna mix. So if I put a lot in the machine, it becomes smoother more because there is more quantity for it to grind.
That's interesting. I would have thought it's smoother with less.
No, like normally you have to put just till here, but it's grinding perfectly.
Awesome. Yeah, I can see it's getting finer.
So see here, it comes down.
So it's interesting. This is the same attachment you use to knead.
Yeah, kind of, yes. I do everything with this machine, honestly. Like the orange cake, I do it here. My healthy Nutella, my peanut butter, I actually do a lot in this machine. Perfect.
Oh, nice.
So now you just press it, open it.
You happy with it?
Smell it. Exactly.
This is so cool.
So what I will do, I will push the machine a bit.
All right, let me actually help you with taking the
Okay.
machine away.
Yeah. I will remove the Look at this.
Ooh. It smells so good. I can't wait to taste it.
Look how smooth it is. So we're going to be removing all this.
Oh, I love the simplicity of all these recipes.
Yeah.
It really just shows you, sometimes you think it's so technical to cook certain things.
Exactly.
And yeah, but I'm going to be honest, I had never guessed what hummus was made out of. I just enjoyed it.
There are different, like recently in the world, they are starting to create different version of hummus. Something with other beans, so many things. But this is the authentic recipe. This is the original recipe. So in restaurant, what they do, they pull it like this. Okay, so I'm telling you a restaurant technique until it becomes like a circle. And then they make a hole, if you can tell. And you can see the hole here more than you see it with the eggplant, with the mutabbal. Look how beautiful.
Oh, that is nice.
And then you make another hole. That's it. Look how beautiful.
Oh, so perfect.
I can spread it along the plate if you want, but this is beautiful.
No, this is beautiful. I love it.
Exactly.
It looks so good. Do you want me to take this away?
Do you want to try it?
Listen, if you love hummus, you're gonna try this at home. It's so good.
Perfect. So what I can do, if you want, I will bring some of the hummus that we haven't peeled yet, okay, and I will peel them. Wait. It's very easy to peel normally, okay?
Oh, yeah.
We call this session Niswan al-Furun. The ladies of the bakery, when they're waiting for the bread, what they do, they don't bond, they gossip.
What is it called? Say it again.
Niswan al-Furun. Say Niswan al-Furun.
Niswan al-Furun.
Niswan al-Furun.
Niswan al-Furun.
Exactly.
How do I say hi in?
Hi, there are many techniques.
Okay.
If you want to say good morning, do you want to say good morning?
Yeah.
Sabah al-khair.
Sabah al-khair.
I know it. I know it.
Sabah al-khair.
There is never a foreigner who was able to say Sabah al-khair. It's always Sabah al-khair.
Oh, so I'm saying it wrong still.
Exactly.
Sabah al-khair.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have these ones.
Okay, mine is done.
What we can do, okay, we put some in the middle. Because some people, like at restaurant, they like to have some
of that.
Exactly, some of the chickpea like this.
Now, someone had asked us to do some vegan recipes.
That's a vegan recipe. Oh, okay.
No,
it
the
has
yogurt.
the labne, but they can replace it with either coconut yogurt or almond milk yogurt. And it's a reason for me to come back because I know how to do coconut yogurt.
She needs to come back. She needs to come back. But this is vegetarian also, so this is amazing.
Why I like to put the Lebanese cottage cheese, which is the labne, because for me it makes it creamier and it gives it the light texture. So if they want to opt the labne, they can. They don't need to add it, but then they have to add a little bit more oil and a little bit more water to make it that creamy.
Okay.
Okay, and then what I do, we're leaving the master of the decoration to the end. I also drizzle with olive oil like this.
Oh.
And then I put the paprika.
So the paprika is going to give it some form of spiciness?
Some form of spiciness or a smoky flavor because you know the paprika is a bit smoky.
Yes. Oh, can't wait to taste it.
And this is how it's decorated.
So if you're watching us from home and you've tasted hummus before, let us know if you're going to be keen to try it. These are all readily available ingredients in Zambia. So I'm really excited that the hummus that I've tasted in all these great restaurants, I can try at home too. This is exciting. Oh, this is so cool.
So we get again the
bread.
خبز عربي.
The khubz, what she said.
And as we said, we don't eat the whole loaf.
Yes.
We separate it.
Okay.
Like a good old wife housewife.
Because when you separate it, you're eating less carbs.
Exactly, because this small Arabic bread is 1 serving of carb. So now you have 2, and we put it like this. And look how beautiful it is.
Oh, that is so cute. With our hero, Heinz paprika. I'm just gonna put it right here. I love this. Thank you, my friend. This looks amazing.
I'm waiting.
Time to taste.
Remember how I told you the bread?
Yes.
You fold it.
So we fold.
You make a hole. No, that's too much folding.
Oh, so 1 fold, and then make a...
Okay. So 1 fold, and then you press this here. And then...
Sure, it's science, guys. Okay.
I'm gonna take one. Like mix it with the oil. You see this oil? Mix it with the oil.
Man.
It gets to me every time. You did it.
I did?
You did. With the oil? Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people like to pour too much oil. Remember that oil is an added calorie. So it's nice to have oil in it. It's still very healthy and very low in calorie and rich in fiber and iron. But it's also moderation with the quantity of the oil that you put so you can enjoy it and not harm yourself. So also a tablespoon from this is like a 40-50 calorie because this recipe had oil inside it. Whereas the eggplant mutabal didn't have oil inside it. So yeah.
This is good.
She's gonna finish the plate. Be careful, guys.
So, everyone, I have learned something new, and I'm so glad that we get to share it with you. I've always loved hummus, and last week we had another eggplant dip that we did, which is
Maqluba.
What she say. So I'm very happy that Yasmina, who is like an absolute gem for us, she's teaching us also about our local superfoods. And if you missed that, just go to our page or the Medland page and you see what we did during the health week where we spoke about the local superfoods. You're gonna see more of Yasmina here in the wood kitchen or in her kitchen as the wood kitchen. We're so excited. So thank you once again for joining us. We love you so much.
I have one note to add, which is the canned chickpea, because I'm definitely...
Tell me about that as I eat.
There are a lot of people who are on the go and they are working, so they cannot keep track of the boiled chickpea in their pressure cook. So you can use a canned chickpea, but all what I ask from you is once you open the chickpea, wash it very time, and you can immediately put it in the blender. But wash it several times because there are the substances that can cause gas. So by washing it several times, you would be removing those substances and they won't feel any harm.
Oh wow. Would you say that's true for all the other beans? That's canned?
Yes and no. Like, for example, I'm not into canned. Also, for the second reason is that all canned stuff, in order to be better preserved, they are high in sodium. So not only you are washing to remove the substances that cause gasiness, but you are also washing to remove that high quantity of sodium. So I would always go for the dried one. But for extra busy people who can't keep on cooking every day, they can use the can, but wash it very good to remove the sodium and the substances that cause gas.
Fantastic. I hope you've learned something new from us. Let us know in the comments what you think about this episode. Please follow Yasmina on
All About Mamina
on Instagram and on Facebook.
Yasmina Dakik Ahmed.
From us, goodbye.